Good morning or evening, whatever. Hey guys, it's your favorite person, Jada De'Sha, and today we're going to talk about how to manage your money. I'm going to give you guys 5 tips that I use to manage my money. So these 5 tips are going to be things that I personally use and I can recommend, and so they actually work to be able to manage your money and to get control of your finances. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump straight into it. So the first thing is number one, understanding your finances. And what I mean by understanding your finances, and that I mean understanding all of your finances, not just be like, oh, I bring home this amount of the check often, or your average, or whatever, and I spend this much monthly. I mean down to the penny. So here's what I mean by that. So if you have like pay for more storage through Apple or Google, those can range from 99 cents to I think upwards of like $10, $20. That's an extra expense, and you should definitely jot that down instead of being like, oh yeah, I know that's there, I know it's gonna come out. It's also understanding that when it comes out, if it's something that you didn't account for, you're gonna be like, what the, and that can help you get off track with your budget. Or if you pay for things like Apple Music, or I think Spotify has a premium version that you can pay for. I don't use Spotify, but you have to take those into consideration. So don't just put, here's how much I make, here's my rent, my utilities, my phone bill, all the extra things like that, that are mandatory that's going to come out anyway. But also jot down the small things. Also jot down like, I know every single week I spend $50 on coffee. Put that in your monthly budget, because that's something that you're going to spend on. That's something that is going to come out of your bank account. And if you don't, then you end up like overspending or not able to reach your goal because you didn't truly understand your finances. Number 2, make a financial goal or plan. And I say this because oftentimes we say, oh, we want to save money. How much money do you want to save? In what amount of time? Be specific with yourself. Same thing as if you were making any type of goal. Be specific with yourself so you can reach those goals. So I would say I want to save $2,400 a year. Just say that as that's how much I want to save at the end of the year. Come December 31st, I want to have saved, $2,000. How do I reach that? I need to break down my finances to truly know, is that something that's obtainable for me? And how can I reach that? So do I have to cut this out? Do I have to cut that out? What do I have to do to reach those goals? Sorry if I'm keep breaking down, y'all. Yeah, I know me. I wrote it down. I wrote it all down because I'm gonna start rambling. And then, if you're able to cut things out that you don't need, like share streaming services with someone. I know personally I share Netflix with my mom and my sisters. We aren't individually paying a Netflix bill. One person has a Netflix bill, mom. So, we all have our different little picture on there, so we can also have our own Netflix. But I'm personally not paying for Netflix. And then there's Hulu. My sister pays for Hulu, but other people have a Hulu account. I have my own Hulu little station on there. She has hers. My mom has hers. It's things like that that you can break up. So that way you don't have to foot the total bill of whatever that leisure item is or whatever that luxury item is. So I'd say also make your financial planning goal. Number 3, this is the best one. Check your spending. It's easy said than done. Yeah, I get it. But check your spending. So here's what I mean by that. When it's time to check your spending, if you know that you spend $300 a month on things like beauty products, you spend $300 on beauty products, I would say check that. Can you drop that down to $250? Like if you're buying mascara weekly, can you buy a mascara that can last a little bit longer so you don't have to keep buying mascara? Can you buy a different brand of mascara? Check your spending. Check it in a way that you can still get what you want, but you're not spending a ton of money. So me, I love coffee. I have coffee every single morning, no matter what happens. Every single morning I have coffee. I went from paying $5. It was actually $5.96 every morning at Starbucks for my coffee to just spending $10 a week on creamer and cold brew, because that's what I prefer, creamer and cold brew, and I just make it at my house in the morning. So now instead of me spending 25, so now instead of me spending $35 a week on coffee alone, I'm spending 10. So I was able to check my spending and still get what I want. So I still got to have my coffee every single morning. I just made it at my house. I picked up my cold brew from the store, I picked up my creamer, and I just make it in my house, and then I can, head on business. I can go to work in the morning, or I could just make a YouTube video. So, number 4 is, this ties into number 3, cut back on your expenses. That's why, I make coffee at home. I share streaming service. Even as far as like watching cable, I just log into someone else's cable and I can just watch it from my TV. So if there's something like truly pressing, like a game or something I wanted to see, I can log that in, cast that to my TV, So now I'm still able to enjoy those luxury items online. Sorry about that. I'm back. So that's how that's like, what was I? Yeah, cutting back on my expenses. That's how I manage. Like, I share different subscription services and different expenses with other people to help break down the cost and to minimize my cost. There's other things like accessories. I have a major shoe head, and there is going to be a vlog coming at what's the total worth of my shoe collection. And y'all, at this point, I don't even want to like mention it, like what my shoes are worth, but as long, I'm on stuff rapping about shoes. That's not okay. So, cut back on my accessories. Instead of me getting every single shoe that drops now, I'm getting ones that I truly like. Because at first I was just like, oh, that's cute. I can make it work, but why am I buying something that I can just make work instead of it being something that I thoroughly enjoy, something that I really want? So that's me, cutting back on my expenses. I can get something that I truly enjoy. So now I'm spending half as much money on my throw shoes instead of, I don't know, you can easily spend $1,000 on my throw shoes. And then number 5, and this is the most important one, be persistent. Be persistent in what you want to be and in what your goal is. Like, keep that in mind every single day. Check back on your spending every single day. Write it out if you can every single day. Like, even in this notebook right here, I keep my bills. Costs that I want has been paid for. I jot it down to the T. Like, there are times in here where I'm writing down everything. Like this right here. Jotting down how much I spent and what that totaled, so that way I can truly get an accurate representation of my spending. It takes a lot of work, but you have to be persistent if you want to be able to manage your money well. So I would say that, guys, those are my 5 tips to be able to truly manage your money and take control of your finances. And I'll reiterate them one more time. Understanding your finances is number 1. Make a financial goal or a plan is number 2. Check your spending. That's number 3. Always check your spending. Number 4 is to cut back on expenses if you can. There's some things that we can't control, like our car notes. Ultimately, that's set in stone. Those won't change. You can't change those things. And then number 5 is to always be persistent. And so, yeah, that's personally what I use to manage my finances and to take control of my life so I can get in a better position financially, wanting to do those things like buy a house and, have kids further down the line. These are things that I have to take control of now. So that way, when these huge milestones happen, I can better understand my finances and be able to knock them out of the park. So if this video helped you guys, don't forget to leave a comment down below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And, if you want more tips like this, let me know. Eventually, y'all can get a little bit more out of my green chair chat. I'm redoing my office space. I have all these things coming up. I'm not going to ramble, but thank you so much for watching. As always, I am Jada De'Sha, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.